Hi guys, this is my second video looking at favourite most worn watches of other YouTube watch reviewers. This time I focus on channels that are fairly new to me that I've really enjoyed watching of late. I think these channels have a great future. Please take time to check out each of these channels, links to each are in my description. So to start with, I'm going to look at my own current favourite. I've already said that the Bold Adventure Carbon Black is currently my most worn watch, which I covered in part 1 of this series. After this watch, I still find myself wearing my other two Bold Adventures the most. The Seiko limited edition version is a collaboration between Boulder and Malaysian-born graffiti artist Kenji Chai. Although this one came with a titanium bracelet and a NATO, I find myself wearing this one on the NATO strap, which was designed by Kenji himself. I find this matches the watch perfectly and is my favourite NATO, and I do own a lot of NATOs. My Sandstorm version of the Venture I prefer to wear on the titanium bracelet. In fact, it's the bracelet that recently came with the Seiko version of this watch. I've had this watch for over a year and it's never let me down. All three of my Ventures are excellent, robust, lightweight titanium watches with 200 meter water resistance, just perfect for on or even in the water or in the field, both places where I spend a lot of my spare time.
Hi guys, this is Perpetuality, or That Watch Addict from Instagram. Dean had asked me about my favorite most worn watch, and this is it. This is the Seiko Skyliner from 1968. It's special is because the owner forgot he had it for more than 2 decades. He left it in his drawer. I love this watch because of how thin it is on the wrist. I think it's under 8 millimeters, and it has a bit of Grand Seiko DNA. This is really quite special because back in 1968, this is a 38mm watch, considered to be large for the time, and it's perfect today. Now, I wanted a Grand Seiko for the longest time. I still do want one, but I'm not quite ready to pony up the money to get one, and I feel like this hits the mark. It's got those squared off lugs that Grand Seiko's known for, that simple, clean dial with those sharp dolphin hands. And in my experience, out of all the watches I've looked at from the vintage era, this is rather forgotten. Now, the Seiko Skyliner, to me, does not have a quick set date. However, that doesn't stop me from wearing it even with the wrong date. The case and the dial is just that good. I have it on this tan Berenia strap, and it makes it one of my most well-worn watches, even though I have some watches that are much more expensive than this. I hope you enjoyed the video, Dean. Thank you for asking me.
What can I say about the aqueous that hasn't already been said? Now, a bit like my loungewear since I started working from home, I just can't take this off. It looks good, it feels good, and it keeps good time. That's simply the essence of a good watch. And the aqueous is one of those watches that looks more expensive than it is. A lot more expensive. I've had both the 39.5mm model and the 43.5mm model, which is the one I'm currently enamoured with here, and they both worked on my just over 6-inch wrists. It's 300 meters water resistant, it's got a Sellita SW200 in the back of it, and the lume is nice and potent. What more could you want from a dive watch? So, has any of that already been said? Well, probably, but that's because once you get it on your wrist, you realise that everything they said was true, and you'll tell anyone who'll listen the exact same thing.
So thank you, Dean, for the chance to share with your audience my most worn watch. Now, if you watch my channel, you're probably expecting it to be some sort of random Casio from the 70s, 80s or 90s, or maybe you might be thinking that it's some random over-elaborate G-Shock, but no, actually it's my dad's Seiko 6105-8110, or Captain Willard, which was his watch all the way from 1975. Here it is on wrist on this Uncle Seiko strap, which is sacrilege because it was originally on the classic waffle strap. I love this watch. It's been with my dad on over 300 dives from back in the day, even though it's just the 150 meters water resistance. It's never going to be leaving my collection. I'm super proud of it. So thank you, Dean, for letting me share my favourite everyday watch with your audience, and good luck with the channel.
Hey guys, this is Hector from Winding Crowns, and the topic is your favorite watch. You know, when he brought it to my attention, he said it could be about your favorite watch, the watch you use the most. Now, my favorite watch is this one. I just put it on. I didn't have it on. I put it on, so I didn't even set the time nor the date, and as you can see, it's not even wound, so it's not moving. I literally took it out of the box to show it because that's my favorite watch. It's a Tag Heuer Aqua Racer, caliber 5 automatic, 300 meter water resistant, sapphire crystal. It's got the Cyclops over the date that I really like, ceramic bezel insert. Very, very well made. Fully milled clasp, fully milled thick links and pieces. I really love that watch. Now, the watch that I wear the most is this one. This is the watch I wear the most. It is the Timex Iron Man. Very legible. Has in the glow, which you can't see here, but it's in the glow. And it's very durable. I have G-Shocks that I love, but I wear this one the most. So this is the one I wear the most. This is the one I love the most. Anyway, thanks for having me, Dean. I appreciate you, buddy. I'll see you on Instagram and see you on YouTube. Thank you guys for watching.